How's it going, YouTube? My name is Sherbert, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 best classes for newer players to use while learning the ins and outs of Super People. Super People has been in early access for just a few short days, and newer players might be scratching their heads trying to figure out which class they should play as while learning the game. There are 14 classes inside of Super People, all with their own abilities and ultimate. This may seem a little overwhelming at first, considering that many newer players are also picking up mouse and keyboard for the first time, or this may be their first time dabbling in the Battle Royale genre. So in order to help newer players out, we're going to break down what is, in my opinion, the 3 best classes inside of Super People. I'm going to be talking to you about the pros and cons and what makes these classes so strong, and I'll also provide you with in-game examples as to why I think newer players should be picking these classes. So, let's go! The first class we're going to be talking about is Gatling Soldier. This is a character that is incredibly strong for both beginner and advanced players. His perks and abilities are both incredibly powerful, but also really simple and straightforward, making him a top choice for both newer players who are learning the core game mechanics, but also for high-skilled players who are competing at a tournament level. Gatling Soldier is a shoot first, ask questions never kind of class. His perks and abilities all cater around him having more bullets and firepower than his enemies. He's also one of the only classes in the game that have a third weapon. Upon unlocking the Gatling gun skill, players can acquire a Gatling gun that shoots a disgusting amount of 7.62 rounds straight at your enemy. Gatling Soldier's ultimate Spitfire increases the magazine capacity of the Gatling gun and turns each round fired from the Gatling gun into an explosive round, creating an area of flames that burns your opponent, all while simultaneously increasing your defense while firing the Gatling gun. So what makes Gatling gun such a good pick for newer players? Each of his abilities are designed to be very forgiving for the newer player who is still learning the game. One such skill is the Smart Bullet, which can be found on the blue skill tree. This perk bends bullets slightly towards the enemy, essentially giving the player aim assist. This is great for newer players who are picking up mouse and keyboard for the first time, or for players who are still learning how to improve their recoil control. Forward defense is also a really strong perk, which mitigates damage received when getting shot from the front. Basically, you take less damage simply by getting shot in the chest, making it harder for you to be killed should you find yourself face to face with your opponent. Right beneath that is the Bullet Tracer, which allows you to see the trajectory of bullets being fired by the enemy. This will help you figure out where bad guys are firing from and allow you to react accordingly. Another strong perk is the Extended Magazine, which increases the magazine capacity of your AR and Gatling gun. At level 3, you effectively double the amount of bullets in your magazine. For example, a normal AKM with an extended magazine has a mag size of 40. With Gatling Soldier, it becomes 80. This is great for newer players who miss more shots than they hit. The last skill we're going to be talking about is the perk that makes Gatling Soldier so strong, and is the reason he is considered an S-tier class, and that's the dodge roll. When using the dodge roll, you gain 30 HP for 3 seconds and roll in any direction you're moving. This roll is great for players who are trying to escape an ability or roll into cover and out of the line of fire. The roll is incredibly fast and hard for your opponent to track, giving you a head start to fire off the first shots before they have time to react. But what truly makes this ability so strong is that by dealing damage or defeating an enemy reduces the cooldown, meaning that you can keep rolling as long as you're hitting the target. The reason why this is so powerful is because a Gatling Soldier can roll multiple times during a firefight, and with each roll providing an additional 30 HP. If a Gatling Soldier were to roll 3 times in a firefight, he's essentially getting 90 additional HP to act as a buffer. A good Gatling Soldier can effectively roll through the lobby, leaving a trail of body bags behind. However, Gatling Soldier does have some weak points. For starters, players may not get the dodge roll ability unlocked until late in the game, leaving you vulnerable without any mobility. Gatling Soldier's Gatling gun is deadly, but at level 1 it lacks any real stopping power. This may give players false confidence and get them killed when they realize that their Gatling gun lacks the firepower to kill their opponent, and that using the guns they found in the game may be stronger. Tactical Slide is also a little wimpy. I haven't found any real practicality for it, and it seems kinda clunky. I hardly use Tactical Slide, and it seems like it could very easily be replaced with a more useful skill. Gatling Soldier is a great pick for anyone who is looking to play it safe, but also deal out damage to anyone foolish enough to cross him. His abilities provide a strong counter to the classes you may come across while in-game, making him a top pick for any newer player. The next class I think is great for newer players is Shotgun Master. This is one of my favorite classes and has been since the closed beta back in February. Shotgun Master's perks and abilities are fantastic for new and pro players alike. Shotgun Master is a close-ranged, in-your-face kind of class that is both strong and fun to play. It's hard to miss your shots when you barrel stuff your opponent with a shotgun and pull the trigger, giving you an overwhelming advantage in close quarters fights. Shotgun Master's ultimate super jump allows you to jump to an incredible height to either engage or outmaneuver your opponent, all while increasing your shotgun damage for a certain period of time after landing. This is great in terms of gaining the high ground or disengaging to heal and reposition. Super Jump has a cooldown of 25 seconds, meaning a Shotgun Master can super jump multiple times during a firefight, making you a hard-to-hit target and a dangerous threat at any distance. There's something so satisfying about running up to somebody, super jumping out of the line of sight, only to land right in their face with a shotgun and blow them to bits. Anyone who dukes it out with a Shotgun Master will have to alter their strategy greatly or pay the price with their life. Shotgun Master is a very safe pick for a new player. His perks and abilities all offer something to help counter any threats that they might come across. For example, AR defense allows you to take reduced damage from any ARs. This is incredibly strong because 99% of the player base carries an AR as their main weapon. On top of that, you also get physical training, which gives you an additional 15 HP. Now, this may not seem like a lot at first, but this can be the difference between life and death. Another good thing about Shotgun Master is his AR upgrade perk, allowing you to do 20% more AR damage. This means that if you have both this perk and the AR defense level to max, you'll be taking 20% less damage by ARs while dealing out 20% more damage with ARs, effectively turning the tide of battle into your favor. However, the two main perks that really let Shotgun Master shine is the jump training and the impact flashbangs perk. Jump training allows you to fall from any height without taking any fall damage. This is great for new players who may rotate poorly or misjudge how big of a jump from a ledge is. This may not seem like a big deal at first glance, but by mitigating all that fall damage, you can outsmart your opponent and make a play that they weren't expecting. Next is the impact flashbangs, which are an upgraded version of the regular flashbangs that can be found throughout the map. However, impact flashbangs now explode on contact and have a damage and knockback effect. This is great for removing pesky players who hide behind cover and for blinding opponents in order to rotate and reposition. At level 3, Shotgun Master throws 2 at a time, essentially doubling the area of effect. However, much like Gatling Soldier, Shotgun Master does have some flaws. Shotguns are a close-range weapon, and newer players just may not feel comfortable enough to get mixed up in a close-range fight. Shotguns are incredibly strong, but it requires you to get up in the thick of it. Another big con for Shotgun Master is the knockback skill, which knocks back an enemy after landing a hit. I find this skill to be a little goofy. It doesn't make any sense for a character who specializes in close-range fights to be knocking back players when closing the distance is so important. That being said, Shotgun Master is an excellent choice for a new player and can provide a fun and unique gaming experience. His skills provide him a very safe and straightforward gameplay style, and can easily outplay his opponents, leaving them dazed and confused as you style on the lobby. The third and final class in today's video is one that has quickly become one of my most played classes, and in my opinion the strongest class inside of Super People, which is crazy considering that up until recently, this class was one of the weakest and least picked classes in the game, and that's Firearms Expert. Firearms Expert was recently buffed before the release of Early Access, and in my opinion is absolutely broken to the point that it's unfair for the rest of the lobby. The culprit to this class being so broken is Firearms Expert's ultimate, Force Field, which temporarily slows down enemies within a certain range down to a crawl, while temporarily increasing the defense of all allies. This ability has a cooldown of 40 seconds and can almost guarantee you'll win the firefight regardless of any advantage your opponent might have. This ability with such a low cooldown means that you can use your ultimate at nearly every fight. Force Field has an incredibly large area of effect and can counter other high mobility ultimates such as Strike Force or Seeker who rely on their speed. Unlike the other two classes, Firearms Expert's abilities are a little more skill based, but once enough time has been put in the game, these skills become lethal to any poor sap foolish to cross your path. For example, Quick Aim allows you to switch weapons 80% faster while maintaining ADS, allowing you to mag dump and switch weapons without having to take your sights off your opponent. Or Tactical Reload, which allows a negative 50% reload speed for specialized weapons and plus 30% magazine capacity. Much like Gatling Soldier, Firearms Expert also has Bullet Tracer, the perk that lets you see the bullet trajectory being fired by the enemy. But more than that, he also has Headshot Evasion, which reduces headshot damage by 65%, essentially saving you from being one-tapped by a sniper. To live up to his name, Firearms Expert excels in being a gunslinging madman. He receives a 20% damage bonus for using an AR, and can do 20% more damage while leaning either left or right, essentially making him the John Wick of Super People. Another really strong perk for Firearms Expert is his Mix and Match perk, which allows him to do 30% more damage while equipping weapons of the same type in slots 1 and 2. For example, he could get a bonus for using 2 SMGs, or 2 ARs, or 2 DMRs. Now this is a very strong class, and with a little bit of skill can be mastered with deadly precision. This is for sure the harder of the three to grasp, but once you do, you'll be climbing the leaderboards and taking home multiple super sweet victory royales. When it comes to cons revolving Firearms Expert, there are actually very few. His perks are well balanced and all serve a unique and deadly purpose. The only con I can think of is his lack of mobility. Firearms Expert doesn't have a roll like Gatling Soldier or a super jump like Shotgun Master, but if you can rotate safely and behind cover, you'll be unstoppable. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. Let me know in the comment section down below what your guys' favorite class is. Also, too, I do stream right here on YouTube, so be sure to come check me out live. I stream Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you in the next video, and stay super.